everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Outlaw King, on Netflix, a Netflix original, starring Chris Pine and there's somebody else in it, I know. Aaron Taylor Johnson is also in it. So this is a true David and Goliath story, how the great 14th century Scottish outlaw king Robert the Bruce used cunning and bravery to defeat the much larger and better equipped occupying English army. So it's an older movie about, seems like Braveheart a little bit. Wasn't too interested in it, but I'm out of films and Netflix always has these ones. So 7.1 on IMDb, 2 hours and 1 minute long. I'm going to get into it and let you know if it's worth watching or if you should just save that 2 hours and read a good book or something. So stick around. I'll give you more information in a little bit. Hey everybody, time for a quick check-in. We're watching Outlaw King. We're at the 1 hour, 5 minute, and 40-second mark, so a little over the halfway point. And essentially, I'm not sure I understand the whole thing. It's kind of like a sequel to Braveheart in a sense, because it is around that time. And, Chris Pine is a lord of some land, and there's a whole bunch of them, and they all swear their loyalty to the King of England right in the beginning. Okay, everything's going swimmingly there, and then part of his duties and what he's appointed to, one, he gets the king's daughter to get married, so that works out well for him. And then he goes to one of the towns where he collects taxes, so they can pay the king. Well, while he's in that town, other soldiers come in and they hang up pieces of William Wallace. So they've gone out and they found William Wallace, as we know from Braveheart, and killed him. And now they're hanging him everywhere as, a token of not to go against England and, that kind of thing. So that makes Chris Pine decide, no, we need to try and reunite all of Scotland. And so he starts doing that, trying to get everybody to join him in his crusade to save Scotland and unite it and stand up for themselves, kind of like what William Wallace was doing in Braveheart. So he's doing that, and he's uniting everybody. And now, so England, the King of England has dispatched his son to go out and try and conquer him. They elect him, again, Chris Pine, the King of Scotland, and he's trying to build an army, and the other guy's coming after him with England's army. It's all like sneaky stuff. They meet on the battlefield just like in Braveheart, but they decide not to fight. They're going to say it's Sunday, and they're going to fight the next day. Meanwhile, England attacks them, when they weren't looking, kind of thing. And so he's kind of on the run, and his wife and his daughter get separated from him. And he's out trying to recruit more people, but then she gets captured. And so you can see how this can all work out bad. So right now it's a lot of negative down stuff for the new King of Scotland. Not things are going in his direction, and it's kind of hard. Again, kind of like Braveheart. So we'll see where it goes from here, but it does seem like this is what happened right after that. So it makes it kind of cool, but it's also a very similar story. So I'll get back to it a little bit more. Don't quite understand everything just yet, but I'll keep watching, keep reading, see what I can figure out, and I'll let you know. First hour, pretty good. If you liked Braveheart, you'll like this. Not as graphic and gruesome as Braveheart was, but, same kind of medieval type stuff. So, alright, I'll get back to it and give you more information at the credits, so stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Outlaw King. And really, there's not much more to tell. I think I've defined everything pretty well. I think it's really good. Once I figured it all out, I don't read a lot about it. I read what the synopsis was. Aaron Taylor Johnson was outstanding in this. His name just came up in the credits, and I wanted to say what a great job he did. Crazy guy. It's just a continuation. This is my opinion. I didn't read anything more about it, but it's a continuation of after Braveheart. If you've seen Braveheart, at the end how William Wallace dies, and they say that they take his body parts and put them on a post spread throughout all of England and Scotland or whatever to, show everybody that don't try and go against the King of England or anything like that, because this is what happens to you. But at the end of that movie, they explain that how that was a catalyst for Scotlanders to rise up again and fight England, and they say even though they're outnumbered, they still win, right? And that's how that movie ends. Well, this is that story. Whether it was intended to be that or not, this is what happens. It shows how his murder, or how he was killed, and his body parts were placed at different places, how it inspired Chris Pine and his group of people to then rise up and start their own rebellion against the King of England, who they had just sworn to be a part of. So, very interesting as long as you get that in, and it's just another story that comes out of that, and the fight to take back Scotland and their own land, and all the new characters and everything like that. So definitely worth watching if you like that type of movie. If you liked Braveheart, this is very similar. There's a lot of violence, not, as I said before, as graphic as Braveheart, but there is a lot of blood squirting everywhere in the battles, and there's trickery on both sides in the different battles. So I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, my favorite part was Aaron Taylor Johnson. I thought he did a wonderful job as his character, and I like Chris Pine, of course. So check it out. Me, not an 8. I'm not going to give it 7, maybe a 6 or a 7. But it was really good. I mean, Braveheart's better, but this is worth watching. It's fun when you take it and you go into that, and I think that's the biggest thing I can give you. It's like the sequel or another story right thereafter. So that's it. I won't go on any further. Check it out. If you do, it's worth the watch. It's worth the 2 hours, that's for sure. Again, if you like this type of movie. If you're not into this type of movie, that's not going to be for you, but if you like these, this is for you. So check it out. It's worth the 2 hours. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.